I am back. I am in Adorable Animals. Okay, Jane has several awesome books out. Yes, she is one of my favorite artists. She does journaling daily and just draws the most beautiful things. So, all right, this is a grayscale. Can you see the lines right there? That's something that's not always real visible, so I'm glad it's showing up right now. Grab tissue and show you how to fix that. Go the direction, if you can, that you've colored, and do you see how it's gone? It's all smooth. It's right there. Okay, I did do these leaves since we met last. You can see there's some of that on there too. That is the bloom of the pencils. Okay, so anytime you want to get rid of any of the bloom, let's see if I can get it where you can see it in here. Like I said, it's not always easy to see, but sometimes it shows up really intensely and you're like, well, I like my page except for where all that bloom is. Okay, right. There's some showing right in here. And again, it's a circle area, it's a straight area, this area, this. Now, I'm going to change it before I do these. I can still do the leaves, but I'm not going to do that till I get a new spot. And you can't see the bloom on that, but it is big time. Okay, right there, see it on that petal? See all that bloom? Right there, there, and there. Notice I didn't go at it like rubbing to death. Look how smooth that is. Okay, so, and you can go back and do this to any of your old pages, doesn't matter. Okay, so just take to them. Yeah. All right, let me turn the timer on. I forgot that. Okay, that is started. We'll do it for 24 minutes and see how far we get. How's that? Okay. We've been working on this for a couple of sessions. This is going to be aired to you on Wednesday the 3rd. For me right now, it's October 1st. I am trying to get a few pages done before I have surgery on the 12th. So my surgery for y'all will be tomorrow. And it's no, it's not laparoscopic this time. He's doing robotic so that they can go in and really look around. I have hernias quite often. I've not had one though in like 6 years this time, so we're thankful for that. It's just the way my body is. So anyway, say a prayer for me. Let's work on these flowers. So we're going to let's work on this side first because they're all going to be the same. But I want to see how many flowers and some of the stems and leaves that we can get through. So we are with Crayola pencils because that's what was requested. And I happen to have them. I'm going to use lilac for my light. Blue violet is my medium. And plum is my dark. For my leaves, I am using palm leaf. Then I am going to use yellow green. And then my dark will be regular green. I don't think y'all can hear it, but the ice cream truck's going by. How strange is that? You usually think of that as in the old neighborhoods. Yeah, I like it. It's just kind of a nostalgic feeling. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and start with everything that's light. Okay, actually I could go ahead and just color the whole thing. It's not going to hurt it any. We're going light enough with the pressure that we're going to be able to add several layers of color. So going light on the whole thing will just be another layer of color. Okay. Now these right here are the little green bits, I think, that hang down. Nope, they've actually colored them purple on theirs. Remember, I do have a photo that I'm going by. Okay. Now it shows these as being green, but then it shows, actually it shows that as being purple also. I don't normally do just the way a picture does, because I've got a mind that tends to do its own thing. But this time, I'm going to do as they did. Maybe on this particular flower, maybe it is purple where Jane is from. So just getting this color on. Because remember, I'm going to come back and blend with this lilac in a little bit. So getting a good coat of it on now, it's going to get another coat of it on later. Just get all this purple in there. You know, a lot of artists, they'll do pretend flowers. They'll make something up, which I think is pretty cool, because it really allows us to use our imagination. And remember, the color sheet that I showed you, that's a guide sheet. You do not have to color your pictures the way it is on the colored guide sheet if there's one in your book. Goodness knows I have done so many different than what guide sheets show. And not near all my books have guide sheets. Okay, I don't have that many books that have guide sheets. Most of the books I have, they tell stories or they're just flowers. Okay, I have a lot of flower books. And then I've got a lot of books that were sent to me by people for reviews. Okay, so, but not many of mine have guide sheets in them, in fact. Okay, so I did all that light purple. Now I'm going to go over to my second shade. Remember, that was blue violet. And I'm going to come in and do the next color. Notice I'm going the direction of the flower. Anytime I'm adding lines in there, I'm going the direction that the flower grows. And you're going to see me do that again in a little bit when I start blending. I'm going to keep going the direction of the flower, because if I don't, I'm going to be blending colors from one petal to the next, and you're not going to have the definition that we have right now. Let's go up and do this one so I don't forget it. And you notice I'm doing just a lot of lines basically. And then I will blend a lot of this out in a bit. Blending with Crayola is a little more trying. If you've been with me through all three of the videos doing this page, you have seen that we've had to work at it just a little bit more than we usually do. There's nothing wrong with it. Crayola has some beautiful pencils. They have some wonderful colors that maybe some of the other brands don't have. So I don't want you to be afraid to get in there and use your Crayola pencils. Just know that if you're used to using a different brand, these may be more work. I can use the pencils by Coloria, or let's see, what are other brands that I like? I like the new ones that I've been trying out. Why is it the name escapes me? It's the one that I used where I used just red, yellow, and blue. Can't even think of the name of them right now. But anyway, I really like them. And then, okay, going to my, I'm not going to go to my darker shade yet. I'm going to go back to the lighter shade and blend. Yeah, it gets me that I can't think of that name because they're the pencils I would love to have the whole set, or at least a 36 count if they do that. And they sell them individually on their website. So anyway, can't think of it. Think of it later. Then, let's see, there's the Renoirs, the Marco Renoirs, not the Marco Raffines. I have both, and the Raffines are scratchy, and the Renoirs are smooth. Okay, so there is a difference. So, is it Grisaille? I bet that's the pencils, Grisaille, or something like that, is the brand that I would like all of them. They are an affordable oil-based pencil. Okay, it's Grisaye, I believe. So if you're over on Coloring Books, Keep It Clean, I have the link to buy the individual pencils if you want. I don't make anything off of them, but I just have the link over there on the contest for this month. They're actually sponsoring us and going to send a kit of the choice of the winner right there to them, continental US and Canada. Now I'm coming in with my plum because right now that looks almost a little messy and I want to clean it up a bit. Okay, one thing that's going to clean it up is coming in with the darker shade. The other thing that will clean it up is when I come in with the background, because that background will be right next to each one. But let's come in here and just clean this up a bit. Okay, the darkest darks are going in now. See how these petals are popping a little bit more? There we go. So we're going to go through and hit every one of them up. We're not really outlining, but we're just setting things more to the back that are in the back so that it pushes some of the stuff up to the front. Okay. It's another one of those things that's going to look a little bit worse before it looks a whole lot better. So maybe instead of doing the flowers on the other side, I should work on the background a little bit. And that will show you how it's going to highlight these even a little bit more. There we go. If I get time in the next few days, I'm going to go ahead and do a video for your next session, so I don't have to wait and just see if I feel up to it later. Just keep them going. All right, the background on this is going to be a blue. Let me look at the greens real quick. So that lightest green we said, that palm leaf, it's going to be through the top and then coming down for stuff that's way, way back there. can barely see it. It's way in the background. Okay, but it is there. Okay, so get that in. And then I'm going to lightly do part of these big ones, just so that there's some of this in there. It won't be a whole lot because I'm going to go over it. But I do want it to be some of the color. And yes, our flowers do still look a little sickly. Don't worry about it yet. Okay, then I said we were going to use some yellow green. The yellow green is going to go on the lightest areas, right through the middle. And then over here. Goodness, the clock's already dinging in the other room, bonging. It's not a grandfather clock or anything. It was something my dad was given by Rockwell USA International when he retired. He used to work with them, but with NASA. And so he's got a special clock. And when he passed away, him and Mom, it came to me. And so it's in there bonging. And I'm like, where did the day go? But I know where it went. I had a migraine this morning, so it went to me taking naps. Okay, this is green, and being on some meds. So I think I slept half the day away this time, which I don't like doing because sometimes it means I'm up at night. Okay, so this is really a bright green, so you might want to go a little deeper green than what I'm going. Okay, just a little heads up there. And I'm doing just, can you see, just a touch on each side that's buried back in there, just to help give a little pop of light. Just a little bit. And then I could come back with any of my browns and come over the top of this green a little bit, and it would be fine. Okay? Remember we were using the browns earlier on top of the frog or the toad, and it helped him to have several different shades on him. I'm going to come back with the lightest, and I'm going to go over all this. It's just going to help blend this. The main thing is I want to make sure that it's different greens than what I used on our frog. I don't want the frog to totally blend in with my background. I want it to show up. And yes, I'll erase anything that went into the butterfly before I color the butterfly. Okay, now for background, let's just go with this light blue that I've already pulled, okay? And this is actually, light blue by Crayola. So now when I come in here, I'm going to clean up all these edges. I'm going to come in and just clean it up. Anything that, now that looks like it's part of that leaf. I'm not going to do that yet. I can always go back and do that later if I need to. But look how I'm defining the flowers as I color this. Actually going around each of the little petals, cleaning it up. Now, do you see how the flowers look a little bit better as we go through? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this right through here. this side of the stem. But this is where I'm actually getting the tips on those flowers. We had some lost edges, and now they're popping back out again. We found them. So this is more of those lost and found edges that we've talked about in the past. Make sure you find your edges so you don't lose part of the flower in the background when the background is a total different color. Okay? And then just keep doing this all over. Just keep outlining those flowers, finding the edges. And then I still may come back with my lighter purple that I used. I think it was lilac, was it? And go over those flowers again. I like how I did that. See how I went darker? I did heavier down at the base. There we go. And then got lighter as I came up. A little happy accident, as Bob Ross would say in our painting days. Yeah, so anytime you do something and you're like, oh, that doesn't match everything else, but I really like it, so repeat it. Do it again. Nothing says it can't be redone, you know? Let's get all your background in there. And now our flowers are taking shape. The edges just really blended in with the white or the gray of the background on the page, so it was really hard to see their edges. But once we put that background in there, now we've got some definition. Now you can tell where they are, and it looks better. Okay? Any questions? All right, because I think this is all I'm going to video on this page. I will be starting something else next time. What I may do next time is, what do y'all think? What do you do when you've got just little picky stuff left on a page and you're getting tired of the page? Oh my goodness, it's just little bitty nitpicky stuff because it's a little detailed page and you're like, I don't even want to finish it anymore. I've been working on it forever. What do you do? How do you decide what pencils to use when you've already used so many different colored pencils? Okay, I have some pages like that. Johanna Basford's books. Yeah. So she's a wonderful artist, but I do get to where sometimes I'm like, what do I do with the rest of this page? I've colored, and there's still so much left. Little bitty details. So let's hit up one of those pages next time, okay? And we'll just see if we can't knock one out. And even if it's not a page you have, it'll show you how I think about those pages so that I can go ahead and complete them and they don't end up just half done. Because I would like to finish my Rooms of Wonder book this year before the next one comes in, or at least finish most of it. There's some of it I don't care if I finish. There's just a couple pages that I'm like, but yeah, I would like to finish most of that book before her next one comes in and I get started. How many of you are waiting on her new book to come in? Yeah, comment down below, because I do plan on using some Crayola pencils and doing some of those pages on my YouTube right here on this channel. So if you want to color along, get out your Crayola pencils and get ready. Get ready to rock and roll because we're going to be doing some coloring. Alrighty. Well, after I'm laid up after surgery, I'm hoping to do a little bit of paint by number. I'm hoping to catch up with Evie's scrapbook again. I'm only a month behind, so I may even do that this week. I had some painting in the house to do. I had a couple doors that needed to be repainted, so I did those a couple days ago. Trying to get stuff like that already done, because goodness knows I'm not doing that afterwards. I am going to go ahead and color this blue. Colorist prerogative. Color it what you want. I just decided I wanted to go ahead and knock it into blue. Okay, so then, yes, this all needs to be blended. I'm aware of that. But what do you think? It's coming together. And the flowers do look a lot better once the background's done. And again, I will probably come in and really do some fine touch blending on these just to really help them take shape. Okay. Okay, well, our time is about up. My phone alarm is going off. Hear the little rain shower? Yeah, that's my phone. That's the alarm I have set. That's what I wake up to in the morning if I need the alarm on for anything. Okay, and that, I'm going to come in here with this lightest green and go ahead and get that done and do some down in here. That was just bugging me that it wasn't dark enough. Same thing on these leaves. I just want them a little bit darker. Okay, remember, if there's something up here, it's got to go all the way down. So don't accidentally color over some stems until you know if those are the stems that go all the way up. Got to have your foliage. Okay? All right, so you've heard the questions. I'll be looking down in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to y'all in a few days. Okay, bye-bye.